The long-awaited Commissions of Inquiry white paper is out. The paper is out. Some people don't able for Leone Param. Some people not able for Leone Param yet. But the president of Sierra Leone, Julius Maada Bio, he don't receive them, and he say all the recommendations them with the inside the white paper, he don't tell the Attorney General for follow-up to the latter. Who side and say for seize, then go seize. Who side and say for prosecute, then go prosecute. However, some people will be don't serve now the previous administration, when at them basically this particular commission of inquiry, they chase after, don't begin for talk, and they are not happy. But we'll come dig deep and see what thing we able make up of today on white paper release. Let me come quick to the coronavirus update for Sierra Leone. The 24th day of September, now so the figures them look like. 669 tests now in the labs them analyze. For the past 24 hours, 669 tests now in the labs them analyze. Out of the 669, 5 be turned out for be positive. 5 be turned out for be positive. And if we want to look the 5, the districts them will register their numbers then there. Western area urban 3. Western area rural 2. So now Freetown and in neighbor, now they all 2 make up of the 5 out of the 669 tests where the labs them analyze. The cumulative confirmed cases now inside Salone don't reach 2,188. 2,188. For the past 24 hours, nobody no lost in life to COVID-19. So we still stand at 72 people we don't lost in life to COVID-19 na Salone. The one them we government know about we get COVID-19 na the system within isolation centers them na 450. For the past 24 hours, not only one person recover from COVID-19. And this one don't carry the total number of people and we don't recover from COVID-19 na Salone to 1,666. The one them where they in quarantine na 349. The one they were on discharge from quarantine na 11,186. These are the numbers for today, the 24th day of September 2020, where Nakovac Giri. However, then elect for compare the Mano River Union countries them, and so their numbers then they look like. For the new cases then for today, Salone gets 5, Guinea gets 47, Liberia gets 1, and Ivory Coast get 87. The Mano River Union countries them today then get a total of 140 confirmed new cases of coronavirus. The cumulative death where the Mano River Union countries then don't record, Sierra Leone gets 72, Guinea gets 65, Liberia get 82, Ivory Coast gets 120. The total number of 339. This now the numbers them for the Mano River Union countries them with Salone self Feni self inside. The long-awaited Commission of Inquiry white paper don't come out. And the number one thing where the president wants me and you for know, he say in also for the other commission of inquiry them, where them we don't do today. Because if you know about Sierra Leone, you go know say this is not the first commissions of inquiry. He say he don't know about the other one them. He say about this particular commission of inquiry, he want for assure the citizens of Sierra Leone say this particular government go fully implement all recommendations where they inside the commissions of inquiry, the white paper. That's now what President Bio say today. It talk boku other thing them. Even though at the start of a presentation, I don't know if you see them, but in case you not be able for watch them, I go can play them. But even before I play them, I read the first sentence where President Bio say. He say he don't come back from a private visit to Lebanon. Until be the access a private visit or na honeymoon. Well, the first lady in be try for make a one kind way, but the president now they tell we say he don't come back from a private visit na Lebanon. And in addition to in excellent health, and I waiting the president too. He also bring back good news. That the 10-year agony and suffering of them 130 Sierra Leoneans them, where then a Lebanon, he say it go end soon. On the 21st of September, 13 of them don't come inside Sierra Leone through the Turkish airline. For the engagement with authorities in Lebanon and agencies where they support repatriation will continue until the last Sierra Leonean citizen we want to come back home return safely. He's saying government already don't provide psychosocial care for the first batch and soon they will finalize community reintegration support and including the microcredit grants and business startups likes and whatever. All that's in the way the president talk, where they not put. But this first sentence, where they say na courtesies. But not to me go talk for him. Soon, you go hear what's in the president himself say, just now. Where some people they say they not be expect the president for talk like that. Some man they ask say, Usai he don't begin learn for talk so. But however, we you go decide. But Sylvia Blyden, now him first don't take for say him be glady when they say this don't come out. But however, he no glady. He say because waiting do na selective parts them of the white paper na in they show you. Then for don't release and publish the actual commission of inquiry report. He say if they no do them, that be say this na some criminal business. He say this kind of act now in the NPRC military junta been maliciously do for blackmail the image of the APC party and remember them during the 90s. We all contrary bring down the dictates of the Sierra Leone 1991 constitution, and such action is not only sad but also is a criminal act. Because in they say, as then they release the white paper, the report, then for release them back. But then they go come pick and choose and show we waiting the one show we per white paper with me and you not see exactly waiting the inside the report. Now in first don't talk. So we are yet to see other people coming out and speaking out. Because what you do, Mohammed Bangura himself named the day. They say one time ago where they declare asset, he declare say he get $288,000 now one account. But we then check at that particular time where we declare the asset, you know, we get such money. So they say he lie. So because of that, they for prosecute him. When this declaration of assets been there, because there's a lot of things around this particular commission of inquiry. We waiting make the previous administration falter. These people are still doing the same. The one they now, where they say yes, then they come after, it's good. Because commission of inquiry, now simply say, we give you work for do, and after you work, we they come back, make we can hold you accountable for waiting you been do, or waiting you not been do. Now in a commission of inquiry. However, some people then they say, but this one, it's politically led. It's not about the love of the country. It's not about for we the people for make anything we then go get back. Now for make we self go better the country. Rather than for just speak out, say, then one day then corrupt, we not corrupt. But well, one day we go left them during the program. You self get you time for say, and you go able for say how you see them. But what are we trying to say here? When the asset declaration, the citizens manifesto where IGR been do, the citizens and Salon say they want to know waiting at the asset of each and every government official when they go declare to UDAT, to the ACC, for make them make them public. So that if me and you get any doubts, we can go there, we go see waiting them particular government officials here, then put. Close to the election for meet up the campaign term, the only person will be show what he get, where even people in the same Abogos one day, Nabi Mohammed Kamaremba. Now, he publicly come, he can't say I'm also, we see people and they go round, they go clarify, if then host then they, Nabi in school say get them, they not be get them or whatever. We see USA even can the Yumkelasef be say, well, if the dictate and the mandate be allowing for declare and publicly in go do, but at the end of the day, he not do. All the one the way they inside government right now, they never did. The one them will be did it before, they say they not ever do them publicly. They say because it then at the constitution say, now only privately them for go declare to UDA to anti-corruption. Why am I saying this? Because inside the white paper, we learn say Mohammed Bangura go declare say he get $288,000, but where the commission of inquiry can dig, then find out say $288,000 no did it. Then people and they ask say, okay, so when these people go then go declare, who do they check? Who do really they check when they go declare? Are they just declaring for declaration sake? Say until then say make you can declare, myself I want to be that big man, I go can say I get 20 houses, I get 50 houses, I get 50 cars and all that thing, and nobody know they can ask nothing. Because waiting do, you know say the anti-corruption person way the commissioner, now the president, now in the appoint them. And because then they appoint them and the administration where they in place, and then people and the way they go declare, now part of the administration. So Uda inside the anti-corruption we go grab say this money $288,000. Who say self Mame Bangura Pula? Make we ask question. Let us say now in this administration, somebody go declare $300,000, say get an account. Will Francis Benkefala ask question, say who say you pull this money? Or we get for wait till another commission of inquiry, we can find out say somebody be go declare what he don't even get. So waiting we go learn from this commission of inquiry white paper report as compared to waiting they go on right now inside Sierra Leone. Do we have to wait every time for spend millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars? That's if not millions for commission of inquiry. Maybe there's a way we can able for even stop that from happening. For able for keep account as time then they go. As we they go, now so things they unfold, now so we they attack. Now I make a lot of people can say anti-corruption, they are not working. Because waiting, then and then petty, then they go after. But down the road now, we go come for find out, say, look, this kind of big thing, will be don't happen. Nothing was done. What will they talk about? Will they talk about the commissions of inquiry white paper reports? Yes. A lot of people be they say, they ever come out, they come out. They come out, they come out. So the other day, the Minister of Information, Mohamed Raman Sware, he be there in 98.1. He say, just want to make it clear, make you understand, say, not to say they go arrest person, not to say they do this, not to say they do that. Some people don't begin anticipate, say, all hell is going to break loose today. Hey, McKinney, Bo, this and that, free tongue. Now, so everything go there, jiggy. But tell God, thank you. The report come out. Nothing for today. And we hope, say, as the sun don't go down now in a salon, where the sun they rise up tomorrow morning, it will be a brand new day. And who that feel, say, in him the day, we're not correct, go through the judiciary. Again, now day we want to see the independence of the judiciary. But I just want to bring we attention quick before we all go can get a bite out of this particular one today. Inside waiting President Bill say, the 15th one, we are not in a sentence, a paragraph or whatever. He say, we don't get boku commissions of inquiry before. But we Salon people, we not look learn nothing from them commission of inquiry then day. So, we determine, say, this commission of inquiry for be the last commission of inquiry na this country. Make I read them by English. Sometimes you able to understand them fine. But what me say. We are determined to make this the last commissions of inquiry in this country. What do you understand by that? I was amazed where none of the journalists that will be there, not able to ask what in this mean. What in this particular one mean? Say this for be the last one, they determine say na the last one. For say na the last one, say if it then come out, people they no go get out. Now that they mean, or for say after this, no other commission of inquiry no go for happen at the country. So if any other government succeed, we not to the current one, where I mean like the SLPP, not to them, then go say no, then we don't say na be the last one than they. Because it's rightly there. Say we are determined to make this the last commission of inquiry na this country. He say this is not the usual charge, convict, levied punishment, and restitute or reinstate as soon as citizens turn the other way. He say once and for all, we are determined to draw a line. We are determined to draw a line. Public officials must serve with integrity and must be above reproach at all times. These commissions were indeed about transparency and accountability and nothing else. This one, now about waiting, transparency and accountability, and not about politics. Yeah? That's what the president say. But however, this, not to the usual charge convicts, and we'll forget about our whole thing die. He say, then go follow them to the latter. We are determined to make this the last commissions of inquiry in this country. That's now 15. Make we go to paragraph 22. The office of the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice, they don't instruct them for effect the recommendations of the commissions of inquiry. What's in some of the recommendations here? To recover all monies recommended to be returned to the people of Sierra Leone. You don't say, and we the people, and then they return money to. All monies. Not to some, but all. For be returned to the people of Sierra Leone. And to confiscate all the assets there. Where they recommend for take. And all other such penalties as recommended. All other such penalties as recommended. I know a lot of people don't they ask, say, what about former President Koroma, former President? I hope you hear it. I hope you hear that particular side about former President Koroma. For say, according to the white paper, for say, some host then they wouldn't be saying that former President Koroma. But with them reach for make them verify saying na yon, then say, oh, no to yon. Nobody no great come up for can say na yon. The one that we represent and say, una no mix and they will not to get them. But when you look to, everything become to 4 billion. 4 billion. Now it become to. They say with everything, way then PM, way then this, way then that. You know what? Let me just look for that. Before I go can make we can talk. Make I read them direct from the body money, Hey. I don't know if I can able to get that one day. Then do a breakdown. The legitimate income. The legitimate income of the former president between the period of November 2007 and April 2018 was found to be as follows. This now waiting the government feels say na the legitimate income of former President Koroma. The salary now be 2.7 billion. In asset pension, 2.7 billion. Other numbers than did it, but hey, 2.7 billion. In asset pension, now be 214 million. In income from investment, now be 1.5 billion. They say everything come to 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Everything come to 4 billion. Yeah. They should have, but I know say I be do maths. I see they say trillion, but until they don't now the game this way then collect for play with reminds them. But according to what me see na billion, not to trillion. This not to trillion. But I make you can find where they put numbers, let them put them in words. And now they left some people confused. As sister Ibayo say now trillion, not to trillion this. I know say I do math small. This way me they see na billion, not to trillion. But however, make we continue. They say, however, then a 4.4 billion loans, na President Koroma for don't make. They say, however, the math, the calculation, no look one show say the president work out with that 4 billion day. They say it far exceed the total one way he gets. They say, for instance, the total value of his property within a Femi Turner Drive, it amounts to $5 million. $5 million. Then say that $5 million day equivalent to 40 billion leones. Over 40 billion leones. Over 40 billion leones. Because if not $5 million, then now over 40 billion leones the host cost. Hey! Yeah. So when I talk, we get host in a salon. And also for we will get a body there. You know, yeah, over 40 billion leones, $5 million now in that host cost. Now Femi turn a drive. If you can go now then number 2, I think you don't drive there, you don't see that hosting at the junction. But what am I trying to say here? You know, yeah, the white paper, Sierra Leoneans were cheated, and this particular administration say they want to give away money back. They say if they give you work, you need for Kanko Nani at the end of your term. Now in the Commission of Inquiry say, then they come for Kandu. Now the Konani this. Then they ask everybody for go, for make you go talk, waiting and waiting according to then telling how the things then be go. So, waiting then find out, and then put so inside the white paper. But make we carry with Tony, make we hear waiting in get for say today. Yes, Tony, you get a platform. What's in your contribution on this one?
Yeah, Abraham, thanks so much. It's a whole anticipated thing. Everybody may don't expect, and everybody may look up to this day. And we're happy we came out, and though we have mixed feeling, people in the VM from different quarters, all man get your take and everything. But the president make one thing clear is that, excuse me, that they have to follow it to letter based on the recommendations that we did. We know say it travel, and before he actually hit on the white paper, the Commission of Inquiry give we details that just come, you get meetings over there, they try to repatriation of Sierra Leoneans, them way they were strand, the try for bring them calm, a lot of things that we mentioned about, congratulate students and we just take the MPSC exam. A lot of things that infant mortality rates don't reduce. I mean, because they have a lot of ambulance and other things. A lot of things then we mentioned about and the quality education and this and that. So we'll discuss about them later. Before we actually dealt with the main topic of the day, the white paper. And the white paper basically, we want to thank Justice Bill Belly, George Wilway, the judge or the justice in charge and for everything. You understand, we oversee the whole process, and everybody gets, just like I initially say, their own take in the whole thing. But they have the Commission of Inquiry may get for look at assets and other related matters in respect to, like, from the president, they look at vice president, they look for ministers, minister of state, deputy minister, head of chairman of board of parastatals, departments and agency within those period. And then we get for take them, the Commission of Inquiry may get for look at from 2007 to 2018, and a lot of things then they will then look at. Where some of the things that we then look at, they look at the Ebola response, they look at the way funds were released, that they were not properly accounted for, or probably do not follow the normal protocols. Them where we know say you get processes away for follow, and most of these things them account or no account for. They look at unsecured loans them we then give out, like the one way them Salon Commercial Bank they give. They mention about the marriage director by them they in charge, and he take responsibility, say he's responsible because if he say yes, if people then they way or get unpaid, then loans then some people who already don't get loans them we then still give loans them way he take the responsibility. And they look at the Cochrane University as well, wherein the past regime may pay for 1,200 students. We know say everybody may raise eyebrow that the fees may very high. But at the end of the day, the Commission Inquiry therefore notice say of the 1,200 people that we didn't pay for, now 1,092 only the documents show where they accepted or where they able for trace yes, they're going to the college. So the variance of them that fee they ask for make they refund some of them money. Then they look at in financial discipline where the Attorney General office, Minister of Justice, they look at what are state like root ties, the sale of root ties and everything, that probably there was conflict of interest or some uki or something of the sort where they and abuse of public trust and this and that, and ask some of the people and where the commission found wanting, because just like they say, now it's not everybody. They may get the list of a lot of people and some people, and they will not be found wanting. They may get for release them. Say, I mean, they just. I mean, based on them, the waiting they look at, they have their own criteria. We then look at, we then let go those other people. But the ones they wouldn't find wanting, these people get for pay them money, then they would then fee say, because they look at contracts, they would then be award to private companies there as well. We then fee say prices were probably exorbitant. They look at Splashway, they pay some money them, especially during the Ebola time, where they fee say some money, then they would then pay, where they know able for trace people, then they will receive their money. Then so which means there was a deal or this or that. We all know the processes, so we all know where they list, we all know how saloon turn like. So basically what the president was trying to say is like, when he may come into power, when he make assume power in position in the manifesto, he may therefore say they look at three things wherein they look at corruption, how they go for fight corruption, how they go restore education, and so many things that we talk about. And the thing, I just don't want for belabor, but the only thing we want for take into this whole thing, we want for, because I know a lot of people then give their own contribution. I just don't want to take too much of time. Which means they say it would be a very good deterrent wherein past regimes or present or the current ones and where they serve right now, this will be an eye opener. Because the reason why they say this will be an eye opener, because definitely nobody knows if SAPP will continue to be in power forever and ever. There must be a government or the other government or regime where will come one day, themselves will come definitely one for do a commission of inquiry. But me don't just want for looking at that situation. SAPP still win next term election, they cannot do a commission of inquiry. If the government really want to be sincere, they can't just say all waiting they happen. So these people that we in power right now, or people that we they serve in different ministries or parastates or this, they're saints, you understand? They can still continue even after the 5 years presidents will be. Even if SAPP will let them still go back and do a commission of inquiry on the young people themselves where they serve. Then we go to say yes, this is a good thing. Let we just put them in the books, say every 5 years or any government will come, we get forget to people and stewardship, let them for tell we. That will be a way wherein people then go begin afraid. People then go begin definitely feel say, oh, this we see the old Lemaya so they therefore pay them money. Definitely we safe not to, I mean, we definitely will be the next victims. So the people in power, therefore, right now, where they serve, I feel say this is an eye opener for them. Wherein if whatever deals we want for do, even whatever the way they go and be loose right now, we know, but where they be loose right now, inside 2 years we don't be loose right now. And this is not a warning for them. This is not a signal to them. Say because we know what's in they pay them, and we know exactly what's in they go on. And if the commission winning therefore set up next, definitely themselves, so they may have to make sure see their books are clean, their hands are clean, whatever things they're winning they do very clean. But in a nutshell, before end, you understand? Let us take this outside politics. Let us take this outside politics. Me and I categorically the first election, I don't vote for Ernest. I voted for the late we die Beroa, you understand? But the second 5 years, when I see what Ernest did in the first 5 years, I voted for him because we're not to party picking them. You understand? So, oh, this guy is doing very well. But the second time of Ernest by Koroma, anybody will be will for tell you see there was rampant corruption. There was rampant whatever wherein we say money that we they see. It's not like somebody therefore tell you say, oh, this now something where not like they happen behind the veil. These were opening things. So we're seeing people are amassing wealth. You were seeing things happening on a content. You see motocar park na pizza, they give money like say, give t-shirt, give this. Where are those funds coming from? These are the unaccounted funds. So this is a deterrent for the current regime in power right now. If they say follow that same trend, that same pattern, they too will be old. Those two will be old tomorrow. You understand? for me, they can give account of their stewardship. So it's not a bad thing. Me not look at like say this is not a whole bad thing. And they look at like I say it's a way forward. We have to start somewhere. When they talk, so we continue to develop. We continue so many things. And when you look at the Commission of Inquiry, this whole thing, there are funds that were made available for certain projects. Well, for them past that stage, then away these governments come not for they go back to them projects and if for beginning do them. If actually some of those funds where they may release were actually used for the projects where they be intended for. You can eat, just the KMS say. Now we boku, if you use 8 or you use 9, you take the one, it's better. But a lot of things that when we see those times, you understand, people them just they eat money. People them don't even account for. So for me, just like I said just now, this government in power, therefore make sure say the hands are clean. Because mind you, the day they left power, even if you do not do Commission of Inquiry in after their own 5 years, let's say after 5 years, even if SLPP for continue. But any regime change, definitely they will go back to the books and go old and contribute for make they can give account of their own stewardship. You understand? Because the president make it clear here, where he say, they're not therefore left no stone unturned, which means they therefore follow this to letter. Where anybody where you name fall within this paper, where you name the way for give accounts of funds, definitely you therefore give accounts. You therefore give them money. And the commission maker is that they're giving us 60 days. If 60 days you not pay them money, then or you not refund or whatever, then go give 30 days where then go come back. And when they come back, then go sell whatever way you get. Then go if not property, house you get, if not business you get, if not whatever way you say you get, definitely then go come back and sell and for make the repay. But what if the person not get that money? Then? What would be the whole thing? Let's say I have to pay $1 million. And then I don't get $1 million after 60 days. And I ain't not get us. Probably don't sell me or sell everything what I get, or probably don't you understand what I mean? So what do? Am I going to face jail times or whatever? You understand? So basically, just like I say, where a lot of people then get their own take for Kangi, then get their own vision, but it's a way forward. Trust me, it's a way forward. If we don't put corruption under the carpets, or we don't minimize it. Some of these things, we're not going to waste money on Commission of Inquiry, because this is thousands of dollars where the government don't spend for do this Commission of Inquiry. Oh, for don't they pass those things? But if I now say we just like where we discussed yesterday, the same things that we don't affect government institution, government-owned institution, we could see a lot of privatization. The same thing, the same trend. Where they kill those institutions, that's the same trend where they kill some of these government ministries, because people don't know they account for money where they take. People then they go work where they like square pegs in round holes and other things that where they happen. So these are the pitfalls where they make we country day. Not for say money no they know country, not for say resources are not coming into Sierra Leone. But if you have resources coming into Sierra Leone, people then they siphon those money, using them into their own private business and use them for them and their family. There's nothing wrong for make you use money for family because they pay you. But let us see progress. We are in a competition. I mean, you will look at the sub-region. We have other countries there. We can't be saying, oh, war, we go through war, we tell them to war, Ghana, they develop and this and that. No. Check our population compared to Ghana. You understand? When the war done in 2001, that was the step we for them begin plan. For them begin, they reap the harvest right now. But it's like say the war just done yesterday. If you look around what's in the happened, it's like say everything, like say the war just done 2 years ago. Because you know, it's anything visible when you go before say, yes, these are things that were sustainable. Yes, everything we're saying is quick fix. We go for move past quick fix. We go for the make sure say certain things that we will put in place are sustainable. Let me then come to everybody they run for go over. Since we're saying now oversee people they elect for go. But we remember say Saturday there's health conditions. If I sick, then I can go hospital, they can't care, quality care where they go give me. I go feel, in fact, no say I'm not go die. You go die if God do destiny, you go for die. But you rest assured say that like you cannot also, you put your turn, you switch on, there is light. What's are they on? Those are the basic things. We should not be crying for those things. These are things we have passed long since. And when they lead to this Commission of Inquiry, because most of the funds them, where they allocate for some of these projects, these were funds that where people then siphon, people then use into their own personal waiting. Where lead me to this. So this regime in power, except people in power right now, they have to be aware. They have to deliver. Although, thank God they said this is the year of delivery. So most of this money when they allocate to the different ministries, not to just to now tell we say this was allowances and bonuses or transport or the DSC or whatever. They have to use those funds on certain things that where those projects are implemented for. You understand? That's a new thing, but it's a good thing. This is the way forward we are in. We therefore make sure say Sierra Leone, we move forward.
Thank you very much, Tony. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Make a out, doctor. Make we what in Dr. Gefori. Yes, Dr. Aisatuka Kejalo, you get the platform.
Hi, good evening, everyone, and good morning to many others. First, I want to say, I want to start with a thank you, for all the one that we don't work till this day or till this moment with this, commission of inquiry paper or white paper don't come out, follow the understand, say, which we already be don't anticipate this for say, it come out, then definitely therefore, give some, recommendations then we need for this fella in order for law we really develop and avoid things and where they put we country backward, right? So I want for really say, thank you. And I want for acknowledge the president here, now something where he be mentioned part of the manifesto during in campaign time, so even if not complete this process yet, but it don't show say, something then the way it touch on, then really they come about and to get to that. And also I'm happy that he's healthy. I'm happy that, whatever was thinking, because in statement them we he open with, really want to make we understand, see, he healthy, nothing no wrong with him, we continue for pray for him for let he stay healthy and let it govern we with the wisdom or the hope say he get, as everything we outlined here. So, starting with the statement, say, the people that within in governance, right, try for betray the public trust where Sierra Leoneans them install in them from the day we then take office by, doing that through corruption and greed and abuse, and don't forget, as he mentioned, the rule of law is supreme. So if the rule of law is supreme, everybody will then charge with a corruption, within this, commission of inquiry, or white paper. I really feel say them for bring them to justice. They're not for only pay for, or return properties or pay back to the, country or to the people of Sierra Leone. Therefore, pay because so many people because of this greed, because of this corruption, because of the abuse of the system, so many people really die because of dentinally, because either they have, poor health conditions or they lack food, as we talk about food insecurity now with country, right? As we knew, there was, more problem with food even before COVID-19. So some of them people there, where them earning not much, waiting at them property, where they get in a salon or even overseas. That really bring me right into the former president, and his by Koroma. I still say, he doesn't have the heart of Sierra Leoneans. So even though people think he did something where we talk about roads, that project be done there in place, right? So when he come, don't pretend, because let's be real here. This man, what he did, think of the money they're saying that he used to build houses, and then Sierra Leoneans and they suffer, because they don't even get water. Maybe one of the houses that we build, the water problem will be getting at that country. We'll get in that country right now for don't resolve. Or the electricity problem. This is really disappointing, and there's no need to sugarcoat anything in this white paper, because for me, for only return properties or pay back, he forgot jail. That's the truth. And maybe the last time when I say them pay back to them something where, you know, them we don't work for, therefore pay back to them. To me, they're not for don't pay them. Therefore don't wait for times like this before them pay them a dime, because you deduct what you don't do, all the bad things that we don't do for put the country backward, then deduct them, and you know, even at that, you go jail for really shortly. It don't matter. Nobody is above the law. If the law is supreme in Sierra Leone, anybody will tamper with the country in money for put the country backward and begin to put, you know, blame games on the war we've been get, or put blame games on the fact that we get Ebola, or put blame games on the fact that we been get mudslides. You know, no. If we are not being to do corruption, we can able recover very quickly, because a very small nation with a very small population compared to other West African nations. So now even go into that. And I want to go right into Francis Ben Kaifala. Let us say he get work for this right now. So if you be done the doing homework, knowing that all these things are where he don't do, where not being counted too well, this is the time for let it prove himself to Sierra Leoneans them that he not to the commissioner for nothing, he not the commissioner because he can't set for Sierra Leoneans them. You know, some of the questions that we then ask them, the way they respond with the same statement. Oh no, you should have done your homework. As the journalists and they ask you, if you come with solutions going, you know, knowing that your assignment starts right now. You don't have a day to think about it. You know, that starts right now. Whatever the Sierra Leone people are not being bring up to them for let them investigate or what now, this document, you know, now something where you go now use very well, you know, to the best of your ability for ensure say people where tamper with salon money go scot-free, right? Pay for it to the highest, you know, the highest punishment ever. Because if they in there, whether not from the Ministry of Education, when they do most of it, the Ministry of Agriculture, we're not for the suffer with food problem now in country. We're not for their problem with the education, you know, the malpractices that will be the go on at the country. You know, so let it begin to just things say it work too much for her right now, but it need to get to work. He need to get to work right away. Because, you know, for say, you know, they're not going to ban them. They don't know whether they ban them from public office or not. I think they should ban them. Because if they don't ban them, what can therefore happen? It's now the worst thing ever. Because when somebody do wrong, get rid of him or her, get rid of them. Because you know what? You allowing them, yes, there are times when you give second chances, but not in this case. Because people died because of this corruption. People lack food because of this corruption. People lack, you know, even drinking water because of these corruptions and greed. You know, just like the president say, you know, in a statement, you know, there are no, them people that have to not build houses for develop the communities or society or their, you know, religion, you know, or for saying that the country on a certain sector they want benefit, they only want benefit themselves and their own immediate family. Is that what Sierra Leoneans should do when they are in government or when they are in public office? I don't think so. You know, you have to understand that when you are in public office, you are there working for the people of Sierra Leone, not for yourself or your families, members, right? Because the other person will go to sleep in the dark. You know whether he even eat that day? No, I doubt that. I don't think that did happen. You know, so at this moment, what do we need? Now, action. Now, you don't do your data analysis, you don't get your findings. So waiting you to implement, no matter at this moment. You ain't going to make the country recover from the years of corruption. We don't say if you don't go on even before the administration, but this one probably top the list. And we don't think, they should be waiting for 2 terms before, that's what I think. I don't think they should be waiting. Therefore, say, possibly done 2 terms of, presidency if they get lucky to be elected for the second time before they do another commission of inquiry report. No, do it every term, because that way you will begin to identify the bad one then very quickly, so they're not broke down the house, so at least you still have somewhere to fall back on. So I think that is what they should be doing. And for NOSI, the president still to talk about improving the educational sector, for the people of Sierra Leone is very important. And also what he mentioned, say, as, either public servants or people in governance, they have a duty to serve Sierra Leone. As citizens have the role and responsibility to do their part. But when you are in governance, you have a duty. That word duty comes with accountability, comes with transparency, comes with so many different key factors that should be done. And for ensure, you go to sleep, you have to think about what these people in my community, do they have clean drinking water? Do they ride, a walk on a road that is coal-tarred, that they don't have to worry about, potholes or, slums, that we see every day on television or on videos? So they should be coming with their heart open for the people of Sierra Leone, to serve humanity, to ensure that Sierra Leone goes forward, not backward. Because if you have those type of people in our nation, and they do what they're supposed to do, Sierra Leone, it could go before. And no, Salon, it go better. Whether people believe this or not, Salon will rise again. And I believe in that. Sometimes talking about these things makes you, wants to be, you emotional, right? That's the love you have for your country. Because we see what other people do to develop their nation. Those are the things that we want to see in Sierra Leone. But in order to do that, corruption must end in Sierra Leone. So that's my own take for tonight. And I hope, FDK, go sit down on this. I hope, you don't tie your belt tight. If not sneakers they put on, put that sneakers and begin run. Because Sierra Leone they look up to you right now, and do your own part and let everybody else, when a stakeholder in ensuring that these things are really brought to justice, they do theirs, and the country will go before. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Doctor. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I just want for advice in the comment section. Some people, they don't block already. I don't block some people. Maybe now you first send this for Kanaya. But I want to make you say when you come here, that's alone we they put first. We need to talk out of malice. We need to talk out of anybody giving us something, or out of most of people them way they talk for party. Nothing you not get for show for them. But you still a for party. What have you got to show for it? Nothing. But me go show you for still the party we the Allah for. I go show you for Sierra Leone. We not get clean drinking water. We not get anything good for show in infrastructure. I will show you that. But for you the Allah for your party, what do you get for show me? But still yet, we still the Allah for party. And because of that, if not done the you care for, some people I don't block already. So if you say be want to the line of some people them will be want begin work bad, well watch you step, or if not, you're going to follow suit with them. Here, we put saloon first. We not even like for use that word today because now then they use it now loosely. So we not like for use them. But I want to make you know, say when you come here, now for the love what you get for Sierra Leone, I make you there. Yeah? So now be a leader, not be a follower. If other people then come, then say for misbehave, try for correct them. If not, na in that. Make we come with us friend and make we hear you. What in us friend get for it today? Yes, us friend, you get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tripoli, and thanks to previous analysts then. And thanks and welcome to all the listeners and viewers, and we would enjoy the one pot. As long as you count the right spot, the right plate, have a dish for you, and then you go, you eat, and then you come back, we see you're right. Instead of you count the big plate or small one where you see not do or iboku for you. The idea here about this commission of inquiry is very important in any sector of politics. In any area where administration they then get for get accountability. Because even if you get your shop self, so man and they say then they take stock. We 1 month, 1 year, depending on what they see, how much market day, how much you don't sell. Those are good ideas. In the first place, I know say this is done according to constitutional laws and where we go claim them for. But some people, you want question again, say some of them were they effective or some of them it's up to I want for look up. But in the first place, we know say the constitution, the white paper, and something actually then end up for now from whose side and come out a commission of inquiry, and he gets a certain position where he do, and I kind of advocate, the white paper, he talk on behalf of the judge, the lawyer, they wouldn't sit down, the one that wouldn't try for sit about the commissioners, or what the instruments they wouldn't use, wouldn't sit down on this year. So that then they try to produce this to the government and set out a kind of proposal. Saying that this time we don't get, so we now look at this white paper, we now try to decide now what we want them. That are the phase one of it. But before they come up to them, I know say they don't follow constitutional laws and really because how they able to forget the section 149, I say that the latter part of it now. But the one who then begin with, they say then go with the Act 6 of 1991. And then I get different sectors there. I think they look about number 64 of that act today, we constitute of about 128 pages. So instead of 128 pages, now one way in JS Momo, in your regime, it been do. All right. So they follow this, they're not changing since. They say now they go, first of all, how we will able to forget the instruments them. So they go with 64, 65 and 67 because now they give the mandate say according to constitutional instruments they wouldn't for pick or for choose. I don't know if he been give the room for say when I get for go take somebody outside, but that now in the constitutional rule say, and then go to the other section now where they take oath. When January they set up the commission, then bring them together, then they try for do what thing they need for do about parastatus, then and then they try for look into. Would have been done work now official sector, or would have minister, or would have been civil worker who been in an office who been in the work. So then divide it into three. They send some of them to Udana Atuba, then Biobele been getting human there, then we been get back I think something Koroma. One man he said I'm gonna three of them. So him been get in your sector. I think him been deal with the gaffers, then one of the big people there, one of the president in your side. And then the one who Biobele been doing mostly, I think, mostly the ministers, and the one that we work closely to the ministers, and some of the personal secretary them, and some other areas they will relate directly. So him been deal with that one day in different sequence. But the area now where you go for question, you go question again the other area for say, was it a balance in terms of cost effect? And a way forward. But that one that is up to waiting it cost them and how they go for set up this instrument, then we see the instrument or the commission, the one that we involve, or the one that we involve, then get other way for that cost day, we will tell on the way back. But again, you look up on the other side because it's not double effect. Say this needs to be done. And people then get for day, we get for do. Sometimes we not been get credit with people or sometimes they not been get people that we reliable, or some of them will be for non-standard position. They say they might not be neutral. So then go say, well, I'll go find other people. That's now one sector. Then you look at the speed of waiting, how they therefore implement this. Because that speed day, if you look some areas, when at the ending part of it, waiting the white paper back called for, there is still room for people who have not been able to come because of the time span. Because then therefore mention, I say, because of the time span, they're not able to get all man with for don't kind of this commission. So you go ask say back, was it a thing with a rush or nothing we then do within time? Or then before don't set really good strategies then? Or there's some telling the first say some of these people, if we left one more, they might slip off the net and run away. You will ask all these questions, but you will not say at all costs there was a rush in doing it. But the rush in doing it, we're not going to say a rush in doing it, we're not the wrong thing, or a rush in doing it, we're going to say a bad thing. We will just want for no more, say no more. There is an effect where the rush bring about, wherein people are still they wait for information and people are for come. We will go give information, they add up for look to those who are left. But that's not the one sector of the thing. Then I want to take quickly to the speech of the president, which was very eloquent. We get to address a lot of things. But you go question again as an onlooker, you will tin up the look because sometimes you acting in stage, you cannot ever see yourself. You now somebody they watch you, then he tell you like what are the reactions, so therefore make you body language. So those are the kind of things me they say now. I know they say it's wrong, but based on me own, I feel say that introduction of when you can say, well, they expect him for being a bag. Or in other words, if I don't die, then bring him in. But him being a shoulder is walking back strong and should have never died. You go look and say, well, we are looking at peace. Would they look at reconciliation? Would they look at investigation? Would they look at neutrality? For say not to tribal thing, not to this. And the day where it tin up for do that speech dinner, a day where they can't give something, when a timely thing, when at the 60, the 90 days don't reach, where that thing they for don't come out. Maybe for don't say another day where they say, okay, well, me like a competition. So people go say, well, is it coming to attack us or it looks somehow direct? It's nothing wrong about him saying it. I'm just saying as an onlooker. For don't say for don't wait another day, instead of it be like a competition. We're saying I meet this now. And who are they? Who don't tell me say me they die, me not die. So you go question who are these people? Because we now the citizens, it take we not on tribal, it take we not on color, it take we not on whatever. It look we as citizens and they advocate for the behalf for people that who don't eat with money, who don't take them unlawfully possession. We're not stealing, but in terms of one day, then they talk and confiscate, or then they say you take them unlawfully, you don't put them, you mismanage public funds. So now that's how you know for look. Then he comment about the media, the mainstream medias. But me go comment say una self the need for comment una because una self been they cover that one day. So I go comment Sarah Network on behalf of anyone say una do very well say for cover that one day even though not to the name. That's not the area back. Then he talk about the repatriation of some of the Lebanese and the people that were in Lebanon. But that one day go leave it for another day. But the idea is the introduction. For me, I feel say people then go say it's more like an attack or more like a competition. Okay, that's the one sector that one day. When we come out to the areas that we don't look into all these cases there, so you go see say. And during the areas when even any individual they come can get your answer to what thing they don't do. Kekotoma I mean they introduce the areas there. They show this, they show this, they show this, they call this, it come. The only side they want to pick more usai the questions they wouldn't ask. That question wouldn't be asked say, well now, what about the one them we not being come inside? Where they not come inside, where they not been get in terms of this commission of inquiry for come appear. The way they answer them back, you go count to what I believe for talking about time will not be sufficient now for that. And then they ask people them we get information right now for go present them. But when you look at waiting they don't do so now information when a tangible information based on that one day I make them execute some people that say you guilty or you then left you go free. So now the thing I want now, so those who then be don't see them set free, well, we don't know in detail why they set them free. They might have eaten money, but it comes to waiting, they not be able to get one evidence for say money don't come, now this amount, then usa you carry am, we not usa you carry am. Or what you go buy, it costs this. So those are the area where some of them might have slipped off the net. But then look into three sectors, one are the agriculture, the education, and the health. They see that area the money go more. And those were the areas when you look at both governments where they try for develop and try for revamp. But when the one the way the way they execute their own duty, you go question them. And then when the one the way they support for bring the information, you go try for say yes, the information some of them bring it not be useful towards what they want. So now for that some of them then commend them. And I think they commend somebody like Mohammed something, Mohammed Moses Kamara or something where they say in one of them where they say him even be a bank governor, but yet till he go free. So it might have been say not that they might not have eaten, but there is no evidence for say these are the physical money we come and this now what things supposed for don't do. So we look at from that section, then you will look back on the area wherein okay now the court in function. And what are the court in function? They been there for let them go able to get evidence. And you will ask, were they independent? Yes, it will sometimes somehow they're independent. But you will ask again, will all the information they don't bring, the report will then gather, will then go give? Now the information that one day people they want for Yeri, yes, some of them will say yes. But some of them will say it is not all and complete. As with the Yeri people in the comments say, waiting them go give, not to him, then they try for put now the white paper. Because the white paper don't adjust something. And two things where they say they adjust by eliminating some. So somebody in a bow, why during the when they ask your opinion, when one of the entire base, it talks say, what about Musa Tarawali? What about Sandy? If these two people are not in that white paper, well, me I no go credit them. So you get for this, there are still people and when they look at this thing in different sector, but when they all come to the same thing for say, waiting you eat, you for bring them back. The one sector of what you don't see now good sector for say account and bring this. But people in work say they want more punishment for don't be this, so they go set example. Then you come to the area wherein one of the strategic communication man, Abu Bakar Josise, even then one of the mainstream media in a salon yesterday, if they try to talk about that area, they say, well, the man the president, the retired Brigadier Julius Maada Bio, he said in to Maui-led competition. So because of in a Maui-led competition, one of the recommendation of the Commission of Inquiry will exempt you from politics. They don't take part because you don't thief. Like when they say you're not a doctor, you don't do bad thing or a nurse, they for pull you in the court. They get for remove that section there. So you will look and back say at some point it look contradictory because when the president will give his speech, he mentioned say they will go strictly by that. But when they can question Mohamed Suare at some point he can talk about that area there. Now he talk say well that thing they even did, but they don't adjust on a parliament for Pulam. He not explain the reason why really much. But Mr. Abubakar Josi say he mentioned that clearly. Say yesterday now because of the competition we in get. But you go look say back, people have been there one of these this commission with them and they talk about things in a kind of a coalition where they get civil society and tribal headmen. And some of the people then they try for do two things and they try for do the translation of the white paper and then we don't help again for look say then tell them go amend them for let the peace go before. So that section they I feel say them do for let Allah no good day. But you know go back waiting at the motive. So now that's how you know my one for just pick up, say if at all anything get for happen at salon where people don't eat money, let the government they use a strategy wherein then therefore they look, especially donors then coming in, because now the areas that one the way all this they come about. When donors then come in with money, then give the money, let them they do continuous assessments. Then at the end, then do the major one. Continuous assessment that as they don't see somebody, we be citizens them, you don't come buy land, then they know what they earn. We get for know what you they earn. So then therefore be transparent to we, so that we go know say, oh, we see this Maya, we know say this Maya don't spend this. So them also has another area wherein they have to be transparent, where we go see beyond the curtain. So the people then go know, just like they want to translate this voluminous thing into different languages where I don't know if they were able to translate them or how the people then will get our message there. because they still left a window of, I think, 90 days again before they will begin for implement. So within that 90 days, some man will appeal. Between that 90 days, they will do anything where they will decide for change. But they say they are going forward to implement it. Now, me won't take that one no more. In terms of monitoring and transparency, the government said for transparency. So when we see what thing then they do or what thing then they earn, then the civilians, the one that the man won't leave money and I go understand where you see they do something without this Maya not to show is for annual or not to this they do. So we go good at a continuous assessment instead of waiting don't accumulate time canal. They have to spend money on that. So if he say this is the last commission of inquiry, all it try for maybe say, it put law where go strong, where we say, yeah, it go act for thief. So nobody not go thief again, will go bring we for kind of commission of inquiry. But that is questionable. I think that the president. Yeah, so thank you very much. Let God continue for bless we, and they are going to be transparent. But eating money is not the best way in any country. They are trying to redefine politics. So when they redefine politics, then they look, they try for look at the way at the democracy way. And they look at the accountability side. So let them put stringent measures them. We will help people and where do we prevent people for thief? And then the way they plan for good thief, they don't go good again. They will go do other work where they want for do. Then the one that will get good heart, and then go where they will go for do within politics means. So our politics will be defined as politicians. Thank you very much for giving me the platform.
Thank you very much, Usman. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're most welcome, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.